before Fat Pat leaves, I want him to talk trash to you.
No, that's not happening. He's smarter than that. He knows better.
All right. Here we go. We continue on with Out of Bounds and Whiskey 61 show from Spring Street Cigars. We've got Josh Harpersky. All right, Josh Harpersky, the CEO of Premium Cigars Association. Welcome to Jackson, Mississippi and Spring Street Cigars. How you doing, buddy?
Doing wonderful. First time in Mississippi. I don't think I have a 6:30 a.m. flight. You might see if I can push it out this day.
Some of the best people in the world. Hospitality, stay, all that. We know how to do it. And we're good at smoking cigars and drinking too.
Yeah, not too bad at sports also.
Really good at sports. We got some great athletes here. In fact, I'm drinking Dak Prescott's tequila right now, Volteo Reposado tequila. They're partner and client on the show. So John Higgins speaks highly, and congratulations on all your success and leading the Premium Cigar Association. You live in Washington, D.C. Right, so give me just a cliff notes on what y'all do for the cigar industry and cigar businesses.
So, Spring Street is kind of a member of ours. We represent brick and mortar establishments. So, at Santi, they're another member of ours. Right. And we bring them together once a year for a week for the world's largest trade show.
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans this year, Vegas.
Got it. Okay.
We rotate between New Orleans and Vegas. We've been doing some other minor events here and there. We're full service trade association. We advocacy, lobbying, research, events, education, engagements, things like that, business services. We provide our members with
And it's very important so that you can tell your story to legislators and on behalf of retailers and cigar manufacturers, right?
and consumers.
And consumers, like me.
Yeah, you're somebody and you're providing this platform for us. It is important to educate folks, let people know that those cigars are not, big cigarettes or vapor products. We have a unique thing. It's a celebratory thing. In the sports side of things, what do people do when they win?
And they like premium.
Premium cigar. It's victory, it's success, it's luxury, it's the occasion. It's not something where, I'm in DC and it's 20 degrees out. I'm not outside shivering and hitting my face.
Whoa. Yeah, and so that's a great point for me. I've been smoking cigars since the late 90s. And it's camaraderie. It's building friendships. And what's great is the conversations that you have with people that you do or don't know. Meet new people around a good premium cigar.
Absolutely.
It's about storytelling.
Yeah. I landed in Mississippi late last night, which is 3 other places before coming here for the event. And it is like you see people from all different walks of life, doctors, lawyers, construction workers, and just, there's a melting pot of people coming together and just diverse. Where else can you get maybe the barber from? Maybe the barber.
It's a good point.
But, bars nowadays, I think the cigar has another conversation element. And you're seeing more and more women smoke. You're seeing more diversification of places like this, where you have the spirits out, you have the music outside, the patio. It's an experience. You can get cigars and we have members that sell cigars a month. That's perfectly fine. But the experience, the sense of community, that's the competitive advantage from our membership of what they provide.
You just nailed it, gosh, great point. And for me, like I tell people, I have a cigar family that I've cultivated and created over the last 28 years of smoking cigars. And I was telling Santiago Aroa that You know, we've had David Simone on a bunch, and Gordon Mott, all these guys, Rocky Patel. Now just had one of the Aroa families, which is so cool. So for me, I nerd out on this. I mean, I get to cover coaches and players all the time. I'd much rather cover cigar, just because it's different and it's fun. All right, so we can't go through all the issues, but I'd like for you to highlight one or two of like the main issues that you are going through right now that are very important to all your people, retailers and cigar manufacturers and consumers.
I think navigating trade policy, these are products that can't be at the scale. So, premium cigars in the United States, the world's largest, 500 million cigars a year. These cannot be made
Right.
tobacco itself. So, we'll have to navigate trade and tariff policy. This is your products coming from Nicaragua, Honduras. They're American companies that are based in the United States. In most places, Florida or Tampa or around that area. So, navigating what the rates are and kind of conversing with the administration and showcasing to them that, retail market is what makes the United States. Everywhere else in the world wants to have robust places like this in the Main Street.
Yeah.
And this is why the central small business is coming back to the Main Street, right? Then you get on the state level, different states. Mississippi might be one of them. Some states want to ban generational smoking, nicotine products. And what that means in just real simple terms is if you were born after a certain age, you're never allowed to buy a cigar, never allowed to buy a cigar, vape, whatever. We've seen a lot of this in Massachusetts, local boroughs outside of Boston that have actually implemented this policy. And it's bad public policy. All they do is go, it supports New Hampshire. New Hampshire is probably loving it. They're like, all right, you know what? I'm going to fill up my van, in New Hampshire. So, those are the two top target issues that you're facing from an advocacy perspective. I think the third one that I'll throw in the mix that's not necessarily government related, but related, private sector. You can't advertise, even if it's adults. Like there's a ton of restrictions in the private sector.
Right.
So like, a lot of people can't text, hey, there's an event with CLE tonight at 6 o'clock. Even though you set up a customer loyalty, you logged in, you should have ID. Like those communications with people off. So we're dealing with that. Some insurance policies being cut off because they're tobacco business and not the covered. So, and that's the challenge because in certain markets, Mississippi being one of them, it's growing. The people want this to come to their cities and their towns because it's another avenue where you can get that camaraderie, you can get that enjoyment, and meet.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that our state is doing some good things and embracing cigars and the community and everything that go into it. How long have you been with Premium Cigar Association? I know you're the CEO. How long have you been with the organization?
6.5 years now.
Okay.
I did 5 as the chief lobbyist, head of government affairs. And now I handle federal policies, FDA, White House, and Congress, government revenues, overall organization. And there's some crazy idea that launched the trade show last year in July.
Gonna have to. There's another road trip, Jackson Meadows.
Yeah, you come as media
I'm
on that
in.
trip. It was incredible. You could smoke anywhere. 5-star restaurants, every hotel, like had a cigar lounge. Like the hospitality, if you go, the only one that's somewhat comparable, and I would say the UAE provide even more favorable where you can smoke is London. London has somebody that will wear white gloves. It's a different experience. I'm like, I love them both. I love the blue jeans, sit and watch football, and enjoy a cigar. But also every once in a while, having somebody wearing like a 3-piece suit, cut your cigar, and I'm like, it's like, right, you know what? I can get behind it.
So you just just hit on something. There are some places that you can like enjoy a dinner out and smoke through the dinner, which is a blast. And a lot of them you can. One thing about what Spring Street and John do is like they do down golf pits throughout the year. And we get to smoke cigars throughout the meal, which is a ton of fun, as you know.
Yeah, it's nothing quite like it here. I'm one of my side hobbies in addition to my association. I have
Nice.
and I have one that's car tomorrow, and we purposely have a lot of patio. Meal ends, you don't have a cigar, and your check also comes out of cigar. So that was, I'm a minority partner, but I was like, I want to have a little bit of music.
I like that. I like that. It's a good one.
Number one, time.
Boom. My son's going to DC this summer.
You'll have to, we'd love to have you come on.
Yeah, I'm moving him up in May.
Too, there's reservations, but I will look him up.
Okay. And then, thank you. And then, and then we're gonna go up there, I don't know, at some point in June, so I'm gonna hit you up. All right, what got you in, what got you in this? What got you in? Were you already lobbying and then they recruited you over? How did this, were you already in governmental affairs? How did this happen?
So it was a funny story how I got kind of into DC. I was all set to go to Penn State for my PhD. Nice. I went to Washington and Jefferson grad. I had a professor, Joseph Tesaro, that would have us meet on Friday, smoke cigars, and talk politics. Winston Churchill Society. I
love
wanted
that.
to be him when I grew up. That was kind of my mentor. And so instead of, I was going to DC to get an award from the American Association of Consultants. And I went to Shelley's back in the cigar bar in DC. And they're one that has food and drink and cigars. And I'm like, this is the episode. This is the smoke film. This is where I want to be.
Right.
So I had a life change. I ended up going to Georgetown for my master's and started lobbying. I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to be a political science professor, then I'm going to have to actually learn how to process it.
Sure.
So I started lobbying for the Motorcyclists Association.
Okay.
I did a stint with the American Diabetes Association and the Community Bankers. And then when this job opened up, this one, this is what and you know, my first year after graduating from Georgetown, I was for motorcycles. I got an adjunct role at West Virginia University. So I kind of had the best of both worlds. I'm at GW now, so I have my
That's a cool campus.
It is very good.
Wow. Okay. I love Georgetown's campus too. That's just so cool. First time I went, I was 12 years old. A friend of mine's dad was an alum at Georgetown, so we went up there at 12 and spent a week there and stayed in the dorm by ourselves. I thought it was cool. You know, and then we would run around trying to find Patrick Ewing the whole time. It was in the summer. He was already with the Knicks. All right. So what's your favorite sport?
So I like three sports. Like I love all sports.
Sure.
But three separate. And I can't even order. I grew up in sadly escaped.
We just won the gold. I know you were loving that.
That was awesome to watch. I've since become a Capitals fan. It was awesome to watch. World record, all
Hometown.
that. So, you know, but I still root for the Sabres, not like the
Okay.
Capitals. But, you know, so hockey's number one. And then it's I really like Formula One racing. And then UFC. I'm actually going to UFC fight in April. You know, we have some big name UFC fighting Conor McGregor, who has his against now. So we're hopeful that there might be some, I don't want to give away too much information, but I'm trade show, some fun applications.
And again, that's in New Orleans this year. Okay. Very good. All right, Josh, you crushed it. Great job.
Thank you for having me. having me on. This is great. I really appreciate your event tonight. Let's go smoke some cigars.
And have a drink.
Right.
Well, congratulations on your success, and keep doing what y'all are doing with the Premium Cigar Association for consumers and retailers and manufacturers. We appreciate it, bud.
Thank you very much.